Hello, cats and kittens. What about Jose Yoroshku? I'm back in the crisis corner, and we're here on Manga Monday. It's my impressions of One Piece chapter 1111, which is entitled Sun Shield. You know that Toriyama's passing has had an effect on, or at least some effect on Oda, to the point that he's taking 3 weeks off. I'm fine with that. The life of the GOAT is hard. Ask Dave Chappelle. When you're the GOAT, you got to take some time off. You got to just take it easy at some point. Gather yourself, especially with the passing of his uh, idol to some extent, Toriyama. That's it's a big loss for the manga world in general. But when you see your idol go down, that's got to hurt a bit. So there's that. But with this chapter, I'll try to make this as quick as possible. But my main impressions of this chapter fall into basically three categories. The first one is Zoro's fight with Lucci. I'm not exactly sure where Oda was going with this, because this hypes Lucci more than anything else. This is like a Lucci hype fest. Yeah, he took the L, that's true. But Zoro is a Yonko first commander, and Lucci, you know, acquitted himself well. I'm not saying that he took a the level of attack that Zoro gave King. I would hope that if he hit him with a comparable attack that he gave King, he would have obliterated the man. But as it stands, uh, Lucci still he lost. He wasn't able to fight. He couldn't move, but he didn't go down. So that's kind of hype for Lucci, and I don't understand why that's necessary. Because my assumption is Lucci's not going to be in this story too much past this. I don't see him having a big role in the story going forward. And if so, what? So my impression is that during the fight with the Gorosei, with Luffy, when he was over there with Sanji and all of that, he didn't need Zoro in that fight. So he sent him off, Oda, I'm saying, set him off on a side quest to fight Rob Lucci off screen, and then he will come back to him afterward once the deck is cleared. In doing so, he basically hyped Rob Lucci, in my opinion, because now this man got props of going toe to toe with the Yonko first commander and holding his own, So I don't get it. But whatever. Lucci goes down. He additionally gets hit with a named attack from Jinbei and is seen on one knee. So the man's tough, you know. I don't need him getting that much hype, but that's fine. So he survives and he gives critical information on the whereabouts of York and his partner, was Kaku, who is laid up in the infirmary. He begs for his life, begs for his partner's life, but Mars is kind of like, hey, I'm stepping on ants. I can't guarantee your man's safety. It is what it is, which is par for the course for the Gorosei. They don't really care about people. Although he did compliment Lucci on, having given him critical information, but yeah, they're not really about sparing people. They're about doing their dirt. So that's out of the way. The next thing that I guess this is almost kind of, I guess, blasphemous to an extent. I'm starting to realize that I'm not a huge fan of Gear 5. I mean, it's been 2 years in, it's okay. It's all right. It's, eh, in big hype situations, it's OP. Although the immortality of the Gorosei kind of trumps the ridiculous power of the Nika fruit. But I'm not a huge fan of Gear 5 in battle in big battle situations. Not yet. I don't know what the final evolution of this is going to be, but whatever. So he meets up with the giants, and they're surprised that he's in this Nika form. Of course, Luffy doesn't know what it is. At some point, somebody's going to have to tell him what being this godlike being is, what it means, whatever the relevance is. But he's not there yet. So they sound the retreat. At this point, they understand that fighting any longer is not the issue. Let's just get out of here. We let's get out of here with our skin. you know. So they sound the retreat, but the Gorosei is not really having it. So at this point, it's this Saturn. No, it's not Saturn. The boar, the Mercury. Mercury attacks with some blast or hockey, which now we see that the Gorosei have Conqueror's hockey, which is kind of makes sense. They're high officials. They're the highest authority in the land. They're either Oni or fruit users. I'm assuming they're Oni of some sort. That's a guess. But whatever they are high officials, kings, so to speak, conquerors. So they have conquerors hockey. That's understandable. The Giants and Luffy are able to withstand a direct blast from this hockey. Also impressive. Jinbei had even mentioned earlier that the hockey that who was that? Mars was letting off with preposterous, insane hockey. Having failed at putting them down with his hockey, Mars attacks, swirling attack in his fangs, but is blocked by the sun shield that Dorian Bragi put up, which is pretty cool. And then they counter that attack with what they call it, whatever split. It's all Norse stuff. Their attacks are all based on Nordic type mythology. So I think the word actually means divide or to split. Skilja, whatever it is. So we're getting more named attacks from giants. And it's just a smack with a shield. So we've seen sword attacks and we've seen attacks using shields, blocking with a shield and attacking with a shield. That's cool. Not to be deterred, our boy Saturn encounters with poison. This is where we get into Luffy and the Gear 5. And, like I say, I'm all right with Gear 5. It's not, it's what it is. He takes a tree, chews it into a baseball bat, summons some paint and a cap, and hits the poison back towards Saturn. And I believe that's Saturn and Mercury. And on impact, it explodes with a mushroom cloud. So that poison was not just going to poison them, but explode on impact and likely kill them since they're not immortal like the Gorosei. So the Gorosei survived this attack. And Luffy even states, these guys are immortal. I don't think they are. I think it's just a trick that they haven't figured out yet. Kind of like King, flame on his back kept him from taking damage. I don't think the Gorosei are immortal. That's a guess. I think there's a way around there, some called immortality. But having seen this, again, it's time to flee. The whole operation now is to get off the island. They have to get to the back of the island, catch up with Nami, Usopp, Zoro, and all of those guys, get on the giant ship, collect the Sunny as well, but just flee. And my last little impressions there is for my man Kizaru. Kizaru, he's the the magnitude of what he's done is catching up, has caught up with him. He's I think he can move. He just doesn't. He's checked out mentally. Uh, in the immortal words of Cardinal Lamberto from Godfather 3, your sins are terrible, and it's just that you suffer. That's where I'm at with Kizaru. I don't feel bad for him, man. He did what he did. He know he shouldn't have killed Vegapunk. He shouldn't have turned on the. I mean, he no, actually, yeah, he should have technically, yes, because they're pirates are doing pirate stuff. Vegapunk turned on the world government, so yes, he should have killed him on the order of the Gorosei, but at the same time, man, they were your friends. Vegapunk was your friend. Now, do you have to murder your friend on the order of the government? I would say no, especially when you know the government's wrong. You know these people are evil. Maybe he doesn't see it that way, I guess. But when it comes down to it, you kill somebody that killed a friend, and you're suffering for it, and you deserve to suffer. So suffer. All right. Outside of that, the last bit is the Iron Giant, lack of a better term, has awakened. And the only words that it utters is sorry, Joy Boy. I'm wondering what that's about. Maybe the Iron Giant turned on Joy Boy back in the day, back in the ancient centuries, 1,000 years ago, however many years ago it was. Maybe he turned on him and he's apologizing for doing that or something. I don't know, but he is saying that he's sorry. Maybe he failed. He failed to do something and is apologizing for it. We'll find out in 3 weeks or so. But it is interesting. I don't have any real speculation on what that apology is for, but it does seem interesting. And I'm gonna be checking out people's theories, see what they come up with. Now, maybe postulate some kind of nonsense myself. But it's a pretty interesting chapter. Very good chapter. Like I say, main thing I'm realizing is that hyping up Lucci for reasons that I can't understand. I'm not really a huge fan of Gear 5. Not to say I don't like it, just saying as of right now, it's not my favorite thing. It's not my favorite gear. I'll say that at least. And it's just that my man Kizaru suffers. So, suffer. That's it. That's all I got. Let me know what you think. Let me know your theories on the Iron Giant. See how that works out. Until I'll come up with some videos in the next couple of weeks, fill in the gap, either on One Piece or some other type of, or comics in general. Otherwise, until then, I hope you enjoyed Manga Monday. Until next time, stay loose.